On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Here's Nolan Arenado. Ground ball right side, could be two. There's one. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Ryan Reynolds here. Trying to bunt his way on. And they tag him out. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Cardinals. Base is empty with 2 away. Rory McCabe will hit next. And first offering is fouled off. The Cubs down by a run here in the second game of the series. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second, and he starts his afternoon off right with a double. And the streak lives on. He keeps getting closer and closer to the record. There isn't a pitcher in the league who can solve him right now.
It's absolutely amazing, Boog. It seems there's no end in sight, and this is transcending baseball. We're talking almost 2 straight months.
Runner takes off. There's a ball. Out at third, and that ends the inning.
When you get thrown out at third with 2 outs, you kind of want to keep on running. Not a great decision there as it ends the inning.
So 2 down. Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. In the air on the infield. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, brings it in, and that is that. Offense held in check there. Back here at Wrigley Field. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Rory McCabe. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. A gigantic blast. That's his 4th home run of the series, and it ties it up. 1 down. Ezekiel Tovar next up for the Cardinals. Puts 1 down in front of the plate. On to Gomes, out on the sac bunt.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance.
Back here at the friendly confines. Well, we go bottom 6. And now the big-time power threat, Rory McCabe. Lined into left center, base hit.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the...
There goes the runner. Fought off foul. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
Runner on the move again. Contreras throws. Not in time. It's a stolen base. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that back.
Runner goes again. Foul ball still 0-2. And he deals. Runner on the move again. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. McCabe at second with nobody out. That's down and in. A slider missed.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Runner goes again. Contreras throws. Not in time. It's a stolen base.
No, sometimes stealing third base can be tough, especially if...
First and second, 2 outs. Now the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that's the third out. 1 run in the... Here's the catcher, Rory McCabe.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Line drive, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Now the Cubs 4. Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. First offering. Runner goes. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has.
Stepping in, Rory McCabe. He's already homered here in this one. That one is absolutely belted. And it's into the gap. Around second, he wants the cycle. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3. Now the catcher up to hit, Rory McCabe. He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force it any base with 2 gone. Lance Lynn comes on. And a final 8-7. So the Cubs celebrate at the plate. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 8 runs on 15 hits. No errors. They left 20 runners on base. For St. Louis, 7 runs on 10 hits. 1 error and 13 runners on base. Tying the ball game, 4 hours and 17 minutes. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.
Rory McCabe digs in now.
The catcher, Rory McCabe.
Stay hot up there. Let's go.
There's a swing and a drive. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. On the ground, a short could be two. Swanson to second, and that's two. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. And midway in the fourth, it's the Cardinals 6 and the Cubs nothing.
Leading off for the Cubs.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go out.
Oh, now this is drilled to center. Way back there. On its way and gone. A massive home run. That's his 5th homer of the series. And they've got their first run. It's 6-1. I mean, what else can you say at this point, Chris? This hitting streak just continues to... Man at first, Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. And a sac bunt here. Throw on to Torkelson. And that's an out on the sacrifice.
No, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner into scoring position.
King, 29 years old, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2017. And that one hammered. Edman going back on it. Makes the catch up against the wall. 2 outs, bases. Empty. And up next for Chicago, Rory McCabe. That one ripped. And it hits the fence. Around first, heading for 2. The throw is wild and it gets away. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner takes off for third. No throw. Safe at third. It's a stolen base.
See it, drive it. Let's go, kid.
2 outs. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Andrew Kittredge, the right-handed sinker baller. Now he steps off as the runner breaks for the plate. Puts the tag on him, and that's the inning. This one pretty well. So the batting order turns over. Tommy Edman, the next to hit. Popped up. Under it. And that'll do it. So no.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious St. Louis Cardinals, 11 runs on 18 hits. 1 error, they left 12 runners on base.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton, and that'll bring up Brandon Crawford. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. McCabe makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away.
Well, it's a frustrating at bat.
So up now for Chicago, Rory McCabe. There's a sense of anticipation in the ballpark as everyone... Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A gigantic blast. Jordan Walker. Now at the plate. And a pitch. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. He's got it. And that is out number 3. So no runs.
Hey, you got it. No one betting. Let's go.
The batter, the catcher, Rory.
Ripped to first, caught. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Now the Cubs catcher, Rory McCabe. The pitch. Swung on, belted. That one's back. Oh! Big Dog's gotta eat.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it.
Right here, one time. Hey, your pitch.
Laser could be extra bases. Around third. 1 runs in.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing.
1 down. And next for the Cubs, Rory McCabe. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Patrick Wisdom, the next Cub to hit. He's already homered in this game.
Runner!
Tries to get back and save.
Here we go. Need you right here.
Steal!
Runner goes again. They pitch out. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2.
These players just want to keep it rolling right now. You win this series, you got another team coming in, and you want to do exactly the same. Maybe even push a little further, get yourself a sweep.
Welcome back to MLB Tonight. I'm Robert Flores, here alongside with former GM Dan O'Dowd and baseball researcher Sarah Langs. MLB Draft Combine is coming up. It's always an exciting time. Dan, what can we expect? What are you going to be looking for?
Well, Robert, for me, this is one of the most important events on the baseball calendar each and every year. If you look at it, all the clubs get a chance to answer the questions they have on the play. Welcome to day one of the MLB Draft Combine. Sarah, BP started now, and this is where the scouts really bear down. They're looking at presence in the box. They're looking at the balance, rhythm, and timing of the swings. They're looking at how clean a swing path is. They're looking how connected a player can be to a swing, and they're looking at the ability if they can hit the ball the entire field.
And there's so much data that comes along with BP. We've got exit velocity, which means we can look at how often a player's hitting the ball hard. In this day and age, hitting the ball hard has an actual definition. That's 95 plus miles an hour. And why do we care about that? Because in today's game, if you hit the ball hard, you're going to hit about 500 on those batted balls with a 1,000 slugging percentage. Another stat we'll look at is launch angle, and what we define as a sweet spot batted ball is 8 to 32 degrees of launch angle, basically a line drive. So I'll be looking at how often these players will be making that kind of contact as well.
You know, I think about big league players like Alvarez, Judge, Ohtani, Trout. Their hard hit ball data is crazy. Their launch angles are very, very, very consistent. And you add all the things that we're evaluating, and think about, Sarah, the pressure these young players are under right now is probably the most pressure-packed BP these players have ever taken in their careers. That's exactly what you want to see in a BP from a scouting perspective. Backspin line drives all over the field, effortless in his power to right center and left center, and tremendous balance and rhythm and timing right throughout his swing. So we're now into outfield play. This is kind of one of my favorite parts of the combine. Scouts look at this from a variety of different perspectives. We're looking at breaks and angle to the ball, which is crucial for above-average defensive play. This part of the drill, we're looking at how quickly they get to the ball, how under control they are, and the strength of their throws and the accuracy of the throw. Deep down scouting perspective, they're really trying to see the spin on the ball, how clean it is, and so they can get that one-hop throw into third base and home plate.
No, I'm with you. I'm loving this. There's so many different ways to evaluate outfield defense in today's game. Of course, we can measure that arm strength. We can look at that accuracy of those throws, as you were saying. We can also measure speed, which is such an important part of playing the outfield. If you're not fast enough in the outfield to get to that ball, everything else is moot. So we can really measure all different aspects of playing the outfield.
And when you look at some of these players and then you think about the great right fielders, which is the arm strength position in our game, you think Acuna and you think about Tatis, you think about Kyle Tucker, Jason Hayward for a long period of time. And Sarah, pay particular attention now how they're making the outfielders move to the ball. They're trying to really see body movement and body awareness and how under control they are athletically when they go to execute this particular skill.
Well, as you said, right field is indeed the premier arm strength position in today's game, and I've gotten a number for you on that. In 2023, right fielders had an average max effort arm strength of 90.9 miles an hour. That means the top 10% of all right fielders' throws averaged almost 91 miles an hour. That's really incredible to think about.
And if you think about it in a game, when you're trying to build a complete roster, part of it's your defensive acumen. So when you have corner outfielders in particular that can really shut down a running game, that means it changes the whole dynamic of positioning from a competitive standpoint. And so these little simple drills, scouts are now projecting how those players will affect their ability to put that kind of defensive team on the field at the major league level.